began with Virginia in 1607, and then throughout the next 125 years, we brought colony after colony into America, finally culminating with Georgia there at the end, the last colony. And in Georgia, the original chaplain of Georgia was George Whitefield. George Whitefield from Georgia took a portable pulpit, he got on a horse, and he rode all the way to Maine. He preached everywhere he went all along that way. He then turned around and rode back to Georgia. He did that trip 7 times over his life. And in that 7 times as he did this is what we would call the Great Awakening. Coast to coast to coast to coast, back and forth. And over that period of time, he preached some 34 years. In 34 years, he delivered 18,000 sermons in America. He delivered another 14,000 sermons in Great Britain. That's 32,000 sermons in 34 years. That's approximately 1,000 sermons a year. That's approximately 3 sermons a day for his life that he delivered. Over that period of time, 80% of all Americans physically heard him preach a sermon. That's how many communities he was in that period of time. And as you look at George Whitefield, probably the most famous sermon is his father Abraham's sermon. It was noted by several of our founding fathers. They pointed to it as a real turning point in the birth of America. And what happened, George Whitefield, Thomas Jefferson and Ben Franklin talked about it. Whitefield would say, I had a vision last night. I dreamed that I died and I went to heaven. When I got to heaven, Father Abraham met me at the gate. And I was so happy to be in heaven. And I told Father Abraham, and by the way, George Whitefield is founder of the Methodists. He said, I'm so happy to be here. I can't wait to see my Methodist brethren. And Father Abraham said, I'm so sorry. There are no Methodists in heaven. No Methodists in heaven? Well, I've got a lot of Congregationalist brethren. I'm looking forward to it. There's no Presbyterians. There's no Baptists. He said, well, then who do you have here? And he quoted from Acts 10:35, where the scripture says very simply, he that feareth God and worketh righteousness shall be accepted of him. The only ones that are here are those that fear God and work righteousness. Now, what happened is Whitefield preached that sermon up to 1770 when he died. He preached that all across America, and it was a unity kind of a sermon.